I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people in the place to be? It's your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Good morning. How y'all doing out there? What is this? How y'all doing out there? Man, I'm good. Man, I am good. I got something that I want to talk to y'all about, man. It's been on my mind for a while, and I saw it happening with the Knicks, and it kind of got me excited, right? Yo, every NBA team is not going to be able to sign a LeBron James. Most NBA teams are not going to be able to find a Giannis Antetokounmpo. Most NBA teams are not going to be able to sign a Kevin Durant. Won't even get an interview with Kevin Durant. Right? Jermaine Royster, what's good? Chef NYK in the building. Delano Steele Jr. in the building. What's good? Knicks 100. What's good? Most teams won't be able to find a young core or develop a young core diamonds in the rough like a Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Most teams won't be able to have a draft where they go Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Steven Adams, Nick Collinson. Most teams won't be able to do that. Right? Most teams won't be able to, won't have the ability to draft bad, but sign free agents. Right? There's some organizations in the NBA that when you look at their draft, you're like, what the hell? What were they thinking right there? But when free agency come, free agents are just lining up, falling over. Some franchises just fall over backwards into successful free agency. And you're like, what? What? Man, child, what's good? some organizations like Chicago draft terribly. Right? Black University was good. Am I freezing up? Is Uncle Freezy frozen? Let me see something. I think I'm frozen. I thought I was frozen. Okay. There we go. There we go. Is that better? I don't know what happened just now. But I'm back, apparently. Some franchises can do things the right way, and it seems like they're ordained, right? Like some organizations, regardless what they do, they still win. They'll draft a guy, and you're like, what in the world were they thinking? And they're in the second round of the playoffs every year. Right? Some organizations pick up cats off the scrap heap, right? Some organizations pick up dudes off the scrap heap and turn them into players like the Toronto Raptors. Who is Fred VanVleet? We took Ron Baker over Fred VanVleet. They played together at Wichita State. They were a backcourt combination. We took Ron Baker. They took Fred VanVleet after us. Right? And when you looked at the playoffs, you saw teams like the Philadelphia 76ers. They took 2 top 3 picks and rolled that to a second round playoff team. Right? They drafted Markelle Fultz number 1. They drafted Ben Simmons number 1. They drafted Joel Embiid 3rd. They drafted Jahlil Okafor 3rd or 4th, one of them. 2nd or 3rd, one of them. They drafted, I forget the kid name, but whatever. Whatever, you get my point. But in this equation, where did the New York Knicks fit? Where did the New York Knicks fit in this equation? Right? The New York Knicks are not the Oklahoma City Thunder. They can't just draft MVPs and quality NBA player after quality NBA player after quality NBA player after quality NBA player. The New York Knicks are not the Toronto Raptors that can find quality NBA borderline all-stars, get them off the scrap heap. That's what they did with Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry looked like a lottery. Kyle Lowry started his career looking like a bust. Yes, Kyle Lowry used to play for the Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, Kyle Lowry used to play for the Houston Rockets. That Kyle Lowry goes to Toronto and becomes a borderline Hall of Famer. Can the Knicks do that? Can the Knicks do that? Andrew College, calm down. We getting to that point. Hold your horses. And shout out to Andrew College too, by the way. Yeah. So, where do the Knicks fit in this equation? Can the Knicks just go out and get a LeBron James? No. They made multiple attempts and could not. Can the Knicks go out? Can the Knicks go out and get a Kevin Durant? No. Can the Knicks go out and get a Giannis Antetokounmpo, a James Harden, a Damian Lillard? No. Can the Knicks go out and get a Paul George, a Kawhi Leonard, a Zion Williamson, a Luka Doncic, a Trae Young? No. The Knicks are not in a position to do that. Right? But there is a way for the Knicks to contend for championships. Right? And the blueprint is simple. Worldwide L was good. I thought I saw L in here. What's up, Chef? The ball don't lie. What's good? So there is a blueprint for teams that can't get the best athletes available, right? And still win championships. And I'm just going to take you to the college level where the Blue Bloods, the University of North Carolina Tar Heels, get all the great athletes. All the great athletes are just lining up to go to the University of North Carolina. Lining up to go to the University of Kentucky. Right? Lining up to go to Duke University to play for Coach K. Lining up to go to UCLA, Connecticut, Georgetown. All these places, the Cincinnatis, the Indianas, the Kansas, the Texas. Players are lining up to go to these places. Subliminal 209 was good. But in a weird twist of fate, all the Blue Bloods that I named, they don't win the national championship every season. They don't. You know why? Because the little guy has found out how to level the playing field. Right? The little guy has found out how to level the playing field. See, because you don't need a LeBron James to win a championship every year. You don't need a Giannis to win a championship every year. You don't need a Kevin Durant to win a championship every year. You need a weapon that levels the playing field. Right? And I know in your mind, you're like, hurry up and get to the point, man. I'm double parked. I'm getting to the point, man. I'm getting to the point. And when I get to this point, I think y'all will understand where I'm coming from. LeBron James is not once in a generation type talent. LeBron James is once in a lifetime type talent. You are only going to see LeBron James once in your lifetime. Right? Kevin Durant is not once in a generational. He's not generational. He's once every 2 or 3 generations. Right? Giannis might be, foot speed wise, might be one of the faster players in the NBA at 6'11", 250. You're not going to see that That's once in a lifetime type player, Giannis. Right? And if you're the Knicks, if you can't get him now, that means you may have to wait a lifetime if you're lucky to get him. Or you may have to sing that song, I guess I'll see you next lifetime, like Erykah Badu said. Right? So if you're the Knicks, how do you level the playing field? It's not fair that these guys are just floating around in the same stratosphere as you, but won't pick you. Right? Do you try to piece together Frankenstein's monster? Right? Do you try to piece together Frankenstein's monster? Do you try to find you a Giannis somewhere? No. Don't waste your time. That never works. A duplicate of the original only worked one time, and that was maybe Kobe and Michael Jordan. But there were a bunch of copies of Harold Miners. There's a bunch of guys that were like Jordan, but were not Jordan. There's no need. Don't even look for them because you'll never get a Jordan. Right? You'll never find one. But what you can do is level the playing field. So how do you level the playing field, Uncle Freezy? You beating around the bush. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm painting the picture. I could have just come out and said it and then have y'all say my point was dumb. And then you wouldn't even thought about what it was that I was saying until later on. And then you came back like 3 weeks later, once you saw another podcaster say the same thing I said. It was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, such and such said such and such. I think it was smart. No, we ain't gonna do that. So the little guys in college, they're not able to get the Zion Williamsons, right? The little guys in college, they can't get the LeBron James. LeBron James didn't go to school, but you understand my point. The little guy, hey, Karl Anthony Towns, he went to a blue blood. D'Angelo Russell, he went to a blue blood. Anthony Davis, he went to a blue blood. Now, y'all see what I'm getting at. Everybody is not going to have access to these elite guys. Jason Tatum, blue blood. Oh, even better. Listen. How about the Knicks? Who's the Knicks' best player? Julius Randle? He went to University of Kentucky. Who's the Knicks' second best player? RJ Barrett? He went to a blue blood. He went to Duke. Right? Derrick Rose? He went to Memphis. Kevin Knox? University of Kentucky. Emmanuel Quickly? University of Kentucky. Elite athletes, or even good athletes, are rare and hard to come by. Right? And if they don't pick you, if you have the opportunity to pick them, then you're fortunate. But once they get the opportunity to choose their own destination, the Knicks are not so lucky. So y'all are asking me, how in the world can the Knicks level the playing field? Here's how. The Knicks can level the playing field with an offensive system. Right? And I know you guys are like, oh man, that ain't nothing. Everybody can do it. No. Everybody can't. No. Everybody can't, because if everybody could, everybody would be doing it. There was a time when Gonzaga University used to be the doormat of college basketball. One of the doormats. They wanted to be a big guy and they couldn't, right? Because they couldn't get elite athletes to commit to Spokane, Washington. UCLA used to run them off the floor. UCLA's 12th man was better than Gonzaga's best player. Baylor University, and I went to Baylor for a little bit. Baylor University, the University of Texas used to run them off the floor. Off the floor. Arkansas used to run them off the floor. Auburn used to run them off the floor. Right? Auburn's 12th man was better than Baylor's star player. So here is how the Knicks are going to level the playing field. For every LeBron James dunk, the Knicks will make a three or three threes. The three-pointer is the Great Equalizer. The three-pointer and the threat of it is the Great Equalizer. Right? And here's the thing. You can get Zach LaVine to do an in-game dunk that looks like a 50 dunk contest dunk, right? And guess what that dunk is worth? 2 points. Right? But you can get a guy off your bench that's a good three-point shooter to make that one three-point shot. So Kevin Knox comes in the game, knocks down a three. LeBron James gets a breakaway dunk and does a pirouette 360, throws it down. Advantage Knicks by 1 point. Bam, there it is. The Great Equalizer, right? The Great Equalizer is the three-point shot. Last season, the Knicks shot 39.2% from three. And with a small sample size this year, they have looked to do two things. They have not only gotten better at shooting the three, they have aggression turned on 10. They hunt that three-point shot because they know that they can't get a Giannis. They can't get a guy that could just score 50 points off of sheer athletic, God-given ability, size, and will. But they can spread you out and shoot the three at a 40% clip and shoot 50 of them in a game. Will they shoot 50 threes every game? No. But what they can do though, is present the threat of the three. The threat of the three. It's like weapons owners. Like for those of us that have weapons, I have plenty of them. I ain't bragging. It's just what it is. Right? A lot of us have weapons. But the weapon itself is not the deterrent. It's the threat of the weapon that is the deterrent. Right? You want to double team Julius Randle and run that weird zombie zone against Julius? Memphis did it, and it looked so stupid. The big just came across the paint like, Julius, look at me. I look at me, Julius. I might come. I might come over there, but then I might not. You got to look at me. And meanwhile, Julius Randle is holding the ball. The shot clock is winding down, and guys that can't create their own shot are stiff in offense. Right? 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 Yeah, I remember we played Memphis. Memphis did the weird. I don't know if they were the first ones. I know that they were the ones that took it. They made it egregious. They made it egregious, right? Their big man was not even paying any attention to Taj Gibson. He was like, Julius Randle, look at me. I might walk over there. I might not. Look at me. Hold the ball, Julius. Right? Yeah, I remember that. Meanwhile, they took their worst defender, put him on Julius, and then brought the double team with a good defender, and then had the zombie in the paint looking at Julius like, Julius, look at me. All you needed was the Monsters music. Dun, 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 dun. That's all you needed. Right? Because that's what it looked like. Meanwhile, Julius Randle was looking for another playmaker and couldn't find one. Right? But later in the season, the Knicks discovered that they had really good three-point shooters, and they should use them. They should use them. Right? And the Knicks finished the season tied for second in the NBA in three-point shooting percentage at 39.2. And the more I mention this, the more I realize naysayers and Knicks haters disguised as Knicks fans discount our progress. They'll say something like, oh, that's just a one-off season. Julius Randle will never shoot 40% from three again. I'll take 35% this year. No, we're not taking. We're not gonna do that. Yeah, but like RJ Barrett. Oh, I'm sorry, Julius shot 41%, right, from three. They'll say, well, RJ Barrett's not really a shooter. RJ Barrett is more of a scorer. He'll never shoot 40% from three again. And all you saw, RJ Barrett is shooting 50% from three this preseason. 50% from three this preseason. Right? So the Knicks, so I stated facts just now, right? The Knicks are not able to sign cats like LeBron James. The Knicks can't get LeBron James's. The Knicks can't get Kevin Durant's. The Knicks can't get Kawhi Leonard's. Right? The Knicks can't get James Harden's. Right? But you know what they can do? They can shoot 39.2% from the three. And through two preseason games, they're shooting way above 40%. Right? What I said it to you was facts. LeBron James has never played for the Knicks. Giannis Antetokounmpo has never played for the Knicks. Kevin Durant has never played for the Knicks. But the Knicks did shoot 39.2% from the three. The Great Equalizer. Kevin Durant, if we play Brooklyn, Kevin Durant can go off for 35. James Harden can go off for 35. That's 70 points, right? So they have to scrounge up 50 more points to keep pace with a Knicks team that will probably shoot the three 40 plus times a game. Right? Now, mind you, mind you, mind you, with the three-pointer being the great equalizer and other teams that want to shoot that three also, they don't shoot the three at the same clip as the Knicks. These teams that shot the three more than us last year, more often than us last year, they were shooting 36%, 35%, which is fine. Let them shoot 35% from three against us. That means 65% of the time, their three-pointers are going to be misses. I think I'll take that. Mama said, don't trust you. What's good? Lily Phillips, what's good? The Ghetto Intellect is in the building. Pudge Nice, what's good? Chef NYK is in the building. The Knicks have the Great Equalizer, right? If you look at March Madness as the example, just look at March Madness as an example, not the example. Let me rephrase that. Not the example, but as an example, right? Blue Bloods go into March Madness and they get upset by a school that you ain't never heard of. You know why that is? Do you know why University of North Carolina's lose to Weber States? Because Weber States have three-point shooting. Do you know why George Washington upset teams? George Washington upset teams in the tournament. You know why? Because at one point they had three-point shooting. You know why your University of Virginia had the best record in college basketball, was the number one seed and lost in the first round? The other team had three-point shooting. You know why this Knicks team is going to make a lot of noise this year and upset a lot of teams? Because this team has three-point shooting. Afro the Jedi, what's good? People are going to talk. Listen, I'm telling you now in October that this team is going to shoot the three a lot and efficiently, and it's going to overcome the fact that we don't have a Trae Young or a Bradley Beal or a Pascal Siakam or Fred VanVleet or a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown or a James Harden or a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James or a Anthony Davis or a CJ McCollum or a Damian Lillard or a Luka Doncic or a Kristaps Porzingis. The three ball is the great equalizer. Because even if James Harden gets scorching hot from the floor and makes 4 two-pointers in a row, all we need to do is make 3 three-pointers and we have the lead. Jay Singh, what's good? What's good? Stafford Don, what's good? The three-pointer is the great equalizer. We don't need to have a Wilt Chamberlain type player, seeing that we can shoot the three. We have a weapon that most teams don't have. Unfortunately, last year, we didn't know we had a weapon. The coaching staff over the offseason realized that we have a weapon, and they're going to implement that weapon. And that weapon is the three ball. It's the Great Equalizer. All right, so I just threw the link in the chat, man. Y'all come on, jump on there, man, so we can chop it up. So we can talk about what's good. So we can talk about what happened this weekend. So we can talk about a few other things. So we can talk about the Great Equalizer, the three ball. This three ball is going to make this Knicks team so dangerous. RJ Barrett played D on Bradley Beal this weekend and frustrated Bradley Beal. If we could get consistent defense, like we kind of similar to what we had got last year with this new equalizer that we have this year, I think it sets up for us to be very competitive in the playoffs. Because unlike what a lot of people think, it doesn't matter. Once you get into the second round, it don't really matter what your seed is. Once you get into the second round, it's two teams against two teams. That's it. Once you get into the second round, all this, oh man, the seeding, we gotta win 99 games. No, we won't have to do that. Hey, there he is. How you doing, boss man?
Bim.
The Great Equalizer.
No, exciting
3-point shot.
Exciting time to be a Knicks fan. I didn't see the plan. I see the plan now.
Right. The Knicks just can't go out and sign a Giannis.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky in draft one, but in the process, this is how we're gonna go about it.
Right. The Knicks can't. The Knicks won't be able to sign a LeBron James.
There's only one.
Or Kawhi. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. And the sooner we realize that a savior is not coming, the sooner we can get into using this weapon that we already have. There's a story in the Bible, right? Where this giant named Goliath had slain all these great warriors on his way to a certain people. And his reputation was such that when people heard his name, it struck fear in them. Right? And so Goliath got to a certain people and said, "Bring me your best warrior." And the best warrior was like, I'm not the guy, but I can go find one. And they bring this shepherd boy that looked unassuming, but he wasn't afraid of anything. Right? He wasn't afraid of nothing. And Goliath saw this kid named David and was like, "Ha ha ha, is this your best warrior?" He laughed He laughed. And you know what he did just to speed everything up? You know what happened? David slayed Goliath, cut his head off, and held it up in front of Goliath's army. And you know what Goliath's army did? They turned around and went home. Right? See, if you're the Knicks, you don't have to be Goliath. You can just be David. You don't have to be Goliath. You don't have to have a reputation of beating blase blah and all this stuff. And hey, I talk real big and I can do a 360 dunk and all that stuff. David didn't even have a sword. David won with a slingshot. David didn't have a gun. You know what I'm saying? David didn't use an army and jump Goliath. He used a slingshot. Knicks fans, we have a weapon. We have a weapon. And this season, we are going to use it. Because we can't get Goliaths. The Knicks can't sign Goliaths. We've been trying for umpteen thousand years. We've been trying to sign Goliath for umpteen thousand years. Stafford Don in the building. What's good, fam?
I'm blessed,
good?
Man. I'm blessed. What's good with you?
Hey, bro. The same. I'm blessed, bro.
Blessed to the one GI, man.
Stafford, what it do, my guy? Salute.
I'm just blessed, man. I woke up this morning, man. I'm good.
Yeah, man. Super good. Super good. Super good. You ready for November 12th?
Man, I can't wait, man. Let's get it in.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So on November 12th, the New York Knicks play the Charlotte Hornets in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I get to watch the 3-point barrage in person.
That's the down south trip.
Yeah, no, that's another one. Yeah, man. Hey, so what you think about this 3-point shooting, bro? What do you think?
Is that question for me or GI?
Yes, for you.
I think it's amazing, man. That we could spread the floor. We could hit from all corners of the court, from the corner pocket to I'm just all over the court, man. We just got experienced elite shooters on the team this year, so I think the shooting gonna be excellent, bro. I like Fournier, I like Kemba, D Rose. The last game, I think he shot 3 for 3. RJ 4 for 8. I think
Grimes was 2 for 2.
Grimes was 2 for 2, and that was in the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
So, as Tom Thibodeau said, they've been working on the 3-point shot for the past 2 seasons. So you can see all the work is paying off right now. So it's only better things to come, my G.
For sure. For sure. Can you imagine Julius Randle every night not getting double teamed, bro?
And listen, we didn't even talk about Julius Randle even shooting the 3.
Oh, man, bro. my expectation for Randle, and I know my expectation is different from others, right? So a lot of people said, "Hey, Uncle Freezy, listen, Julius Randle might only average like 19 and 10 because a lot of people are going to be shooting." I'm here to tell you that Julius Randle might average 27 and 12. Bro, might be 28. Because last year he averaged 24 on 45% from the floor and was double teamed, and most of his shots were highly contested. Right? But there is, in my opinion, there was only one power forward I saw last year that could guard Julius Randle, and that was Giannis. Everybody else was food. Everybody else. They had to bring exotic defenses towards Julius Randle all season long. But now, with David using his slingshot, you just can't bring any old army towards our best player, bro. You can't just have zombies.
Freezy, you know what? I will still have to see Randall kind of try and figure out that Kwanzaa defense that Mike, what's his name, Millen? Nate
Nate
McMillan?
McMillan. Nate McMillan. Yeah.
Right. I would definitely have to see Randall get out that type of defense before I make any type of crazy statements like that.
Yeah, but see, that's just it, Staffer. You don't have to do it no more.
Right.
That's what Freezy is telling you now. You if you focus on Randall, you're gonna get killed by those
Yeah.
other
How
six
you gonna?
assassins
Right.
waiting to shoot your eyes out. We didn't have that last year. We only had RJ last year. Now we got
Right.
6 other guys ready to shoot your eyes out.
Ready, bro. Grimes came up. Grimes played 3 minutes and made 2 threes. Bro.
Well, listen, every minute that counts. You know, that's what Knox said. Every minute that counts. So whatever minute he got in there, he made it happen.
Right. And so what I'm getting at is the Knicks, the way the league is made up right now, the Knicks, we're not going to sign a superstar in free agency, right? And so we keep telling ourselves, well, in 2 years we'll get such and such guy. In 2 years we'll get, but we've been saying this like since 2008, right? And since 2008, because in 2008 they were like, well, in 2 years, LeBron, D Wade, everybody's gonna be a free agent. We can at least get one of them, but we didn't, right? Every 2 years we're pushing, we kicking the can down the road. Like, hey man, in 2 years we can get such and such. And since then we have not gotten any of those guys, right? But what we did do is get so frustrated with the process that we're finally at a point where we're like, you know what? We need to establish an equalizer. We need to find out how we can be competitive against all these other teams, right? And that way we won't have to worry about a free agent coming to save us. But the thing about it is, it's not a new idea. This idea is not new. As a matter of fact, it's probably a little older, right? So the thing about it is a team named Golden State did it. They were like, yo, we can't get it. And bear with me, because I know the chat game ready to go crazy. Oh, they signed, they got, calm down, listen to me. For years, they couldn't get a free agent to come to Oakland, right? They couldn't get a guy. They couldn't get big-time free agents to come to Oakland. No matter how good the crowd was, the fan base was, their appetite for winning was insatiable. But when they gave David a slingshot, when they got dudes that can shoot the three, they started knocking off teams. I mean, left and right. They won a championship without Kevin Durant. People forget that. People think Kevin Durant is what got them to the championship. Nah. They won a championship without Kevin Durant, right? Their offensive system was so good that they leveled the playing field. Think about all the teams. Think about a backcourt. Think about the athleticism in a backcourt of, and this is making me laugh just thinking about it. Think about how athletic a backcourt of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson is. They're not even athletic, bro.
So Freezy, let me ask you this.
No,
right?
Chef is athletic. His handles. What do you mean? He shoots on pound.
He's
not
athletic.
A physical specimen. That's
he's athletic. He's below the rim, but he's no John Morant.
Yeah, he's no physical specimen.
Okay. Yeah. And Klay Thompson is no Zach LaVine athletically.
Yeah, but
right?
on defense, he will hound you. He'll get after you. So
Yep. But what I'm saying is what I'm saying, GI, is look at the perception is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Because an athletic backcourt don't necessarily mean you win championships.
So Freezy, let me ask you this: you think Tom Thibodeau is trying to mimic the Golden State offense in a way, or similar to
certain principles? I saw certain plays they ran against the Pacers and the Wizards that like the over the top pass. For instance, I'll give you an example. Evan Fournier was in a corner. R.J. Barrett was on the opposite side of the floor, driving to the paint, right? And when I saw it initially, I was like, R.J. Gary kicked that thing out to Fournier. But then when I saw R.J. go into his pass, I saw Jericho Sims screen Evan Fournier's man. So that's a designed play. It's not a reaction, right? That was a reaction. I mean, a design play. That's the play. If you remember, it's the same play that Golden State ran when they were trying to get Steph Curry a shot against the Toronto Raptors in the elimination game. They had a timeout. They were like down by 5 or down by 4 or something, and they ran a play. It was the same type play Golden State ran, right? Bring the ball on one side, draw the defense, right? Bigs screen so that you could throw the ball over the top of those screeners to a wide open 3-point shooter on the other side of the floor. That's actually a San Antonio Spurs play, but Golden State ran it because Steve Kerr got that from Popovich.
And they also call it, it's also versions of what they call the Spanish pick and roll.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we ran a lot of that too. A lot of that. Right. So, but the thing is you'll see, but Tibbs also ran a lot of triangle in the beginning of the game. Right. And it didn't look like the traditional triangle. Right. It didn't look like the traditional triangle at first. Right. But all the triangle is a triple post. You get 3 dudes posting up, 2 guys cutting, and you pass the ball. The triangle is.
I mean, Freezy, it sounds simple, but certain players ain't want to play that triangle, man.
It
sounds simple like how you say it, but it ain't that simple.
And the people don't want to run a triangle because it's too much thinking and involved in it. It's too much read and react. And cats just want to go out there and be athletic. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be athletic. But I will tell you this. About the offense that we saw. A lot of it wasn't necessarily play calls. A lot of it was just them sharing the ball with each other. Right? Looking for the open guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that was just looking for the open guy. If a defender sagged away from his man, you kicked out to the open man. So they did a lot of that. Right? Last year, we couldn't do that because half the dudes on offense couldn't dribble and pass. You know what I'm saying? So now you take out Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock, who could shoot, not dribble and pass. Elfrid Payton, who could dribble, but wasn't an efficient passer or shooter. Now you replace that and you bring in Kemba and Fournier and with RJ, and now you have the floor balanced where you can get 3-point shots.
Uncle Freezy in his bag today, man. I just came up to be co-pilot, man.
I see that.
They should change this to Freezy time.
Yeah, man. This thing is Tibbs and Leon Rose understand that they won't be able to sign. They won't be able to go out and get a megastar. Most teams can't. Some teams are fortunate. Some franchises are fortunate. Like the Miami Heat are fortunate. They're right on the beach in South Florida. It's a destination, right? People want to go there, whether it's basketball or not. Los Angeles is Malibu. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood. People want to go to LA, whether there's basketball there or not, right? And you would think that New York City would be the same. But unfortunately, we can't get cats to come here, not because of the city itself, because the city is great. A lot of these guys that go to LA and Miami, they visit New York City often, right? They just don't want to come play here because the organization had a bad reputation, right? But with that being cleaned up in, say, 2 to 3 years, we may be able to get a guy, right? But for right now, we have to play the game as a small market team, like a Golden State Warriors, like a San Antonio Spurs.
Facts.
We have to use the great equalizer offense, the 3-point shot, because we won't be able to go out and get an elite athlete, an elite player.
Well, Freezy, I think this year is a kind of a year of a show and prove, because everybody think last year was a fluke.
Right.
So we're gonna have to come out this year again and prove them that it wasn't a fluke, and that we are a legitimate franchise that's going in the right place. The trajectory is going up.
Right.
So all the negativity that they had to say back then, I don't think they're saying it right now.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with you. But my only thing I would say to that is who are they to prove something to? Only one team won the championship. Right. So who are they to aspire to be like? We should just be ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
I
Just,
mean, I mean, Freezy, you got the Frank Isolas, you got the
oh, he a hater. Yeah.
the negative ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in a way, I feel like we got something to prove, bro.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. And listen, I'm with you. I'm with you on which, like, on the direction that you're going. And listen, because it's a smart thought. That is a smart thought, right? Because proving it to them also proves stuff to others, right? Like proving the naysayers wrong also shows that this organization made progress, right? But at the same time, my belief is if you set aside all the peripheral stuff and focus on the stuff that you can control, then all the other stuff will take care of itself. Like
Facts.
for instance, like we can level the playing field by shooting the three a lot and making it efficiently, right? Like what we did to the Wizards the other day. The thing about the Wizards, right? People were like, well, it was a preseason game. Bradley, if you watch the game, Bradley Beal was playing hard as hell, bro. Bradley Beal didn't care if that was a preseason game. Did you see him when he thought RJ fouled him? The dude had a meltdown.
I
The
know
dude was having
he couldn't get open.
right. He was having a meltdown, bro. He didn't care. Preseason, he didn't care. These dudes are competitive, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know at the end of the day, the end result of the game doesn't even matter, right? But it's not the end result. It's not the W itself. It's what you learn about yourself in that game in the preseason. Is what you carry forward. The Knicks learned in that game two things, right? Two things. RJ Barrett at some point is going to be able to guard any wing in the NBA at some point. It may not be this year. It may be next year. But the dog is there, right? Right? He like your 3-month-old pit bull puppy. You know what I'm saying? Growling on the sock. You know how your puppy, you pulling the sock and he growling at it. He trying to tear that sock up. You know what I'm saying? And in a little while, he gonna be a grown pit. You know what I'm saying? And a little, you just got to be patient with. You just got to be patient with it. And the other thing too is the offense that we ran. While it looked, listen, it did. We scored 117 points, and it was not a well-oiled machine. We were cold and then scorching hot, and then cold and then scorching hot, and then cold and then scorching hot at the end when the young kids came in, right? But if we ever get to a point where we can run at high efficiency for 4 quarters, bro,
Well, Freezy, as Tip said, the team hasn't played a full 48 minutes game yet. So there's a lot of things that we still need to improve, So
right.
To me,
go ahead, Gia.
to me, this what's going on now is less about proving anything to anybody. This is more about a culture change, man. This culture has been in the basement for the longest time. I've been diehard Knicks fan since '83, so I watched it. You know,
Yeah.
we've moved well away from the '90s that we try to hold on to as Knicks fans. This is an opportunity for us to bring a new culture
Hold
in the
on,
door.
Gia. When you say you've been watching basketball,
I've been a Knicks fan since '83. I've been watching basketball since about.
boy, you make a brother feel young.
That's, yeah, I've been
Yeah,
watching.
man.
I've been watching
Yeah, man.
basketball since about 79, 80. I became a diehard Knicks fan in '83. Later, I was a
Yeah, man.
Lakers fan when I was a little guy. Everybody was following the popular team.
Bro, to make you laugh, I think I've said this already, but like, I think it might have been like 74, 75. I went to the Garden for the first time to see the Harlem Globetrotters, right? And the Globetrotters, it might have been 75, 76. Might have been 75, 76. So I went and saw the Harlem Globetrotters, and the Harlem Globetrotters was my team. And my uncles and them like, man, you don't like the Knicks? I'm like, nah, they ain't better than the Globetrotters. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so small. When you're a kid, you know what I'm saying? You like, you know, but you know, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So there's still our staple is still going to be. I mean, people are going to pay attention to the offense because they paid attention last year to the lack thereof at times. But our staple's still going to be that defense. I still see them really getting after guys. I still see them. The first two games they've been really dogged about how they attack the defense, which
Yeah.
is
But Gia,
they're trying to put a muzzle on GI, saying we can't be effective without that 6'9" wing defender. So whatever, Tibbs, we're gonna go at it.
Yeah, man.
mm,
Hey,
Go ahead, Stafford. He was
so
going Stafford.
Stafford, check this out. So Stafford, check this out. Last year, the Knicks held teams on average 105 points a game.
I think
Right.
that was the best. I think all 4 or 5 categories were the best in defense. If I believe, right?
How many teams scored 105 this preseason?
None. I think the last one was 99. And what was the Pacers game? What was the Pacers?
104.
104. Okay. I mean, it's going to be a collective team defense, Freezy.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? We don't really have a lockdown, shutdown defender. So
Right.
it's going to have to be a collective team effort.
Right.
And the only little thing that I see that, in my opinion, is we have to get better on the defensive and offensive rebounds. I don't know if it's because Noel and Mitch is not there, you know, but those are the two things that I see that we definitely have to improve. Because don't get me wrong, I love Jericho. Jericho is raw, he's nice, he's athletic, but I don't think he's not there mentally, if you understand what I'm saying. He has all the physical tools, but I just don't think he's mentally there to do a 82 game. And Chet, please don't kill me, but you know, that's just my opinion with Jericho Sims.
Right. Yo, Afro, what's good?
Uncle Freeze, what up, man?
Hey, what's happening, baby?
You know, same stuff, different toilet. You know what it is, man. What's going on, panel? How y'all feeling today? What's going on, chat?
Blessed morning, Afro.
Bless to all the kings that woke up today, man. I'm
Salute,
feeling
salute.
good, man.
Yeah.
Boy, man. It's been man, I'm only 28 years old, so all my life the Knicks have been trash, man.
Oh, man.
I was hyped when we got Carmelo, man, but I knew that we wasn't gonna win nothing because we traded away the farm for him. But Carmelo was my favorite player out that draft. You know, LeBron is a beast, but Carmelo's a pure scorer. I love the scoring part of the game. I'm a defender, but I love the scoring part of the game because I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I admire it. But man, the team we got now, bro. Oh boy, when we went out and got Kemba and Fournier, everybody was talking. Oh, Kemba's washed up. Kemba's this. Kemba's that. Kemba's knees is gonna give out. Man, if y'all don't hush up with that nonsense, everybody was talking. Yo, we need a Batman and Robin. We got that already. We got Quickly and Obi. That's Batman and Robin. And then if you want to go even deeper into it, if you want to keep on going, we got Iron Man, we got Doctor Strange, and we got Spider-Man too. Spider-Man is also Emmanuel Quickly.
Right.
Iron Man is Derrick Rose.
Right.
What's his name? Doctor Strange. That's Kemba Walker in the flesh. Come on, man. Look, we gonna be set up for a good couple years. I got 2 kids now, so my 2 kids gonna watch Knicks winning seasons, man. I'm excited.
What?
I'm excited, man.
Bro, you got me hyped, man. Got my heart racing, man, about these Knicks, man.
Hey,
And the season don't even start to the week after next. You know what I'm saying?
I came over here to do some Jedi mind tricks, man. You know I came up over here, man. I've been trying to get on recently, but I got kids and working. So, but I'm glad I got on this morning. So, man, let's talk, man. Let's talk.
So yeah, I wanted to ask y'all. I wanted to get different opinions on this, right? The defense, I think, is going to be a lot better than what people think, right? Because let's don't get it twisted. The Washington Wizards are a terrible team, terrible, right? They might get the number 1 pick in the draft, right? But that's not our concern. Our concern was to blow them out, and we did that without 3 rotation players: Julius, Mitch, and Nerlens Noel. 3 rotation players didn't make the trip, and we still blew them out, right? But if they had been there, bro, we might have beat this team by 40.
Well, how many threes did we hit again? It was
24.
Yeah,
and 24 threes.
24 out of 52.
Yep.
Yo, we took
overall of, I think it was 82 shots that we took.
Yes, man, that's what I'm saying. This team, the fact that we blew this team out without 3 of our rotation players, I think is something that is understated. Right? We didn't bring our all-star with us, and they had their all-star.
Well, Freeze, you know why it's understated, man? It's because we the New York Knicks. Nobody respect us, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody like checking the airways for us. Everybody said the same thing about us. Yo, that 4th seed last year was a fluke. I really don't see how, man. How could it have been a fluke when we don't have the Joel Embiid, we don't have the Ben Simmons, we didn't have the Kyle Lowry. We had Julius Randle. Don't get me wrong.
We don't have Lucas. We don't have Devin Bookers.
We didn't have the Devin Bookers, and we made it to the 4th seed. How many teams under us had this type of player? You know what I mean? This go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up under us.
Afro, let me ask you this. When you watched the games last year, how many games do you remember going into the 4th quarter? You like, we don't have a chance against this team. And I don't care what team it is. What game do you remember that you felt like, man, we don't have a shot against this team?
I can't say I remember any, man. I think that every time that we stepped on the floor, that team was in for a dogfight.
Right.
That other team was in for a dogfight against us, and it was just because Tom Thibodeau's team defense principle. And I that's what was missing from the other coaches. What I feel like is that the other coaches were too focused on the offense, and they were trying to keep up with the offense of other teams when we clearly did not have the offensive tools. Right. We clearly didn't have those same tools. And then what Tom Thibodeau did was like, he came in, took those same tools, and was like, yo, RJ, you got mad length, mad girth. We're going to make you a defender now. Like, you're going to be a defender. You're going to shoot the 3. And, we're going to work on that right hand.
Mad girth, pause.
Yeah, that was crazy. I heard Uncle Freezy say it last time, so I thought it was okay.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
I heard Uncle Freezy say it. I thought we was all right on this show saying words.
No, hey, but you know what, though? I'll give you an example. The game we played against the Phoenix Suns, right? We were tied late in the 3rd quarter against the Phoenix Suns. And I'm talking about in Arizona, in Phoenix. And Jay Crowder hit a corner 3 against us to give them a 3-point lead going into the 4th quarter. It might have been like a 5-point. I can't remember, but he hit a 3 and it seemed like it broke out well. And it was RJ scrambled back to him late, and he hit the 3. But the defense that was called, it wasn't RJ Barrett's fault. DeAndre Ayton was killing Nerlens Noel down low.
He was
because DeAndre Ayton is just a bigger man than Nerlens Noel. Not that Nerlens Noel is soft, listen. God all of us get certain gifts, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nerlens Noel just don't have that. Nerlens Noel is not 7'1", 245. Nerlens Noel is 6'10", 200. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever he is. Right?
I guess God kind of gave him the gift of height, but took away his hands because that man is like,
yeah, man. He catch like a Dallas Cowboy receiver. He can't. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I'm just joking there. But yeah, in that game against the Suns.
Yes, because you see how the Cowboys they catch it. You see them boys out there playing football, and you see their quarterback delivering them. You see the Cowboys.
Stephen A.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that
Stephen A.
game was real hurtful yesterday. Okay, that joint was real hurtful yesterday, especially when I seen Saquon rolled over his own ankle, bro.
Yeah.
And did you see that giant golf ball? How big his ankle was, bro?
Listen, man, my season was over once Russell Wilson went down, bro. Once he got carted off the field, my season was over. So
yeah, man. They're both of them guys will be back though. I think.
Yeah,
but my point though is every game we played, no team. So the Knicks beat two teams by 30 points last year. And I'm gonna name them, and y'all gonna laugh because I'll make y'all remember. Last season, at the beginning of the season, we beat the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee by 30.
And Julius didn't even play that game.
that's a fact.
Right, and we beat and the New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics in Boston on a Sunday afternoon with Kemba, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum on the floor at the same time.
I think didn't RJ went off in that game too?
I think that might be the one. He went off in one of those games in Boston. I can't remember. No, RJ went off in the one that we lost because Reggie Bullock left Marcus Smart open for a 3-pointer towards the end of the game. And
was it when what's the name of that kid? Tatum did that corner shot. Was it that year? Was it that game you're talking about?
No. The one I'm talking about is the Knicks jumped out all over the Celtics from the tip, and Jason Tatum wasn't even a factor. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Jason Tatum wasn't even a factor in that game. I think he might have wound up with like 20 points or something like that, but it was garbage time points. So, but yeah, man, and so we blew out teams last year. And Hot Storm Media was good. Hot Storm Media is in the building. What's good? Still Knicks fans. Is that Ron? What's good? I see y'all. Yeah, man. But there were a lot of games last year where you would think the Knicks were overmatched, and we get into the game with them, and we beat them. We beat teams. You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? We beat some teams, knocked some teams off. So the point that I'm getting at is this year with the Knicks looking for the 3-point shot and looking to shoot it efficiently. I think, man, I'm not gonna say that this Knicks team can beat anybody anywhere. But Tibbs said himself, if we rebound and defend and keep turnovers down, we can play with any team in the NBA. He said that in a press conference.
No, that's a fact. And we had 18 turnovers in the last game. So that's another thing that we need to take care of.
Yep. Soul Finger, what's good?
What's cracking, fellas? What's cracking? Morning. Salute.
Blessed morning, Soul Finger. What's good?
All right. Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat.
Yeah, man. I so Soul Finger, I started off the live stream talking about the Great Equalizer, right? The Great Equalizer, and what I mentioned is the Great Equalizer is the 3-point shot, and the Knicks can play with anybody in this league
Yeah.
If we shooting the three.
Yeah. I want to say there were some folks saying that we couldn't shoot the ball. They were basing everything this year off of what happened last year without giving us a chance to show what we can do now. So my thing is, again, let's treat this like a crock pot, man. Let this thing keep cooking.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Let
man.
it keep cooking. Because the thing is,
I
we
mean,
had 18 turnovers, and I wasn't happy about the turnover because it was sloppy passes, lazy, and all like that. I'll just call it like it was. It wasn't the greatest passes. However, they didn't score off of it because of the defense.
Because of the defense, right?
but Soul Finger, you got to remember last year. You got to remember we was at the bottom of the three.
Yeah, we were. Oh man,
We was at
we
the bottom
barely
of the
shot
three, and
threes.
we improved coming along in the season. So I mean, you can't really blame the critics for coming at us for not shooting the three that well, because
Oh
we
man,
was.
I'm hey Stafford D. I'm not even talking about the critics. I mean, the critics gonna do what they're gonna do because they want to do that to sell papers and get clicks and all like that. I'm talking about some of our own folk in Knicks Nation, man. Not
Yeah.
looking at what we doing. That was the thing for
Soul
me. I'm
Finger,
like,
listen, I go through this chat all the time, and I try to figure out if some of these Knicks fans are really Knicks fans. No, really,
hey,
seriously.
no. I'm laughing because I do the same thing. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Trust me. Is that
Right.
like I said, for a lot of folk, let's not let's not treat this team like Jiffy Pop popcorn, man.
Right.
Let it do it like a crock pot, let it marinate because things got to come together. But you got to look at, we went from not being able to shoot because we had two players that started in the starting lineup. Yeah,
Right.
Bullock could hit, but if you run Bullock off the court, off his spot, it was a wrap. And he couldn't put it to the floor. He can't play
Right.
without the ball, not like Evan Fournier.
Right.
EP, hey, he gave us what he got, what he could, but he's no real scorer or anything. He can play defense and he's a bigger guard, but he gave us what he got within his lane. He had 2 games where he scored over 20 points in this whole season. That whole entire season, he had 2 games. And those 2 games he scored over 20, we definitely won. One happened to be that first game you were just talking about, Freezy, when we played Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and he gave us a guy, but now with Kemba, that elevates everything. And then, too, their presence on the court opens the floor.
Right.
And again, we got the great equalizer. You see RJ's been putting in work with his. And the fact that we won just in the preseason. No, it don't matter, man, especially where it is now. We're getting our chemistry and stuff together. But we did that without Randall. And I wanted to see how it looked, how we would handle adversity. And I like that. Not having Randall on the floor when the lead started to shrink and they went on that 6.5, almost 7 minute scoring drop.
No, I don't think it was that long. So
yeah, it was about 6 minutes, man.
Yeah,
I thought it was about 2-3 minutes, but it was 7 minutes.
No, that joke was about 6 minutes, my man. It's just that Washington, we played enough defense. Washington was chipping away slowly but surely, but they couldn't hit an elephant in the backside with an ironing board either.
Because of defense.
The defense was on them. That's what it was.
Right. And so the thing about the performance about with the Wizards is I think I said this before. I just want to reiterate it. The final score is not what's impressive to us. Right? The final score is not what was impressive to us. The fact that a lot of the stuff that you guys in the chat said we need to improve on,
they did,
was addressed. It was addressed, and they made the improvement. So basically, what it is a lot of the stuff that y'all was saying was right, and the Knicks recognized it and improved on it. So don't look at it as if Uncle Freezy is up here trying to pound his chest. That's not what it is. You know, a lot of us said some stuff in this chat. Some of it was wrong. A lot of it was right. Right? Like for instance, we said we need to get more offensive playmakers. Spread the floor. Right? Spread the floor and get some more offensive playmakers. Well, guess what the Knicks did this offseason? They went out and got more offensive playmakers, And this offseason, you see them spreading the floor. Does that mean the stuff that you said all offseason long was wrong? No, that means for the most part, the stuff that y'all said was spot on. And so to tell Uncle Freezy, say, Uncle Freezy, why you excited about the Knicks doing all the nah, man, it ain't even that. It's all of us pointing out some stuff. And the Knicks front office and coaching staff saw it and fixed it. Why shouldn't I be excited about that?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of person would not be excited about something like that? I'll give you an example. Say for instance, Manchild said, "Hey man, we need to fix our point guard problem. We need more point guard depth." And then the Knicks not only got a point guard in free agency, kept the point guard they already had, but drafted a point guard, right? And then roll out there with Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, and Miles McBride. Why wouldn't I be excited if I saw Manchild make a point? You know, the Manchild say, "Hey man, this is what we need to do," and then the Knicks say the same thing. They go out and do it, and it's effective. Why wouldn't we be excited?
That's what you want to see is improvement. I mean, at least I thought if you're a fan, you want to see the improvement. You want to see those deficiencies and things addressed.
Right. And so here's another thing. Here's another thing. We saw the Atlanta Hawks beat us because our offense stalled in the playoffs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people can agree to that because the Atlanta Hawks wasn't scoring 135 points on us. They would they would get to about 115, and we were like at 102, 103, 104, and couldn't catch them. Right?
Yeah.
So instead of going and getting more defense, the Knicks went out and got offense.
Yeah. I mean, Tibbs, the first thing he said, we need more shooting, and it was addressed thoroughly, free agency and in the draft.
Right. So the thing is we're not jumping, we're not going overboard with random stuff. We're excited about reasonable stuff.
Exactly. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you, I like I said, I'm looking for the adversity. I want to see how this team can overcome a deficit. I want to see how this team can overcome when something goes on. And the fact that they played well as they did, I said earlier, just not too long ago, is played as well as they did without our number one gunner, number one chief rocker, Julius. And Obi, and all this about Obi can't do this and Obi can't. Obi was effective. And then, because I just got on, I don't know if you said much about it, but look at Knox. Knox got time, and Knox would, and like I said, I made my jokes about Knox. But bottom line, I did say I'm pulling for him still because we drafted him. Right. We drafted this cat. I want to see what he can do. He's in year 4. Year 4. Let's see what he can do. Because it said year 4 is the time they needed 4 years to develop him. Here it is. Put up or shut up. As the old folks say, you sitting on the pot, either you're going to do what you're going to do or get off the pot, man.
Right.
And it was nice to see them 12 points coming because he was hitting. And he even tried to attack the rim, even though he got it blocked. But still, that's something we haven't been seeing. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's got the opportunity. So you want improvement.
And you know what? The thing that impressed me the most. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was excited about Knox knocking down those threes. But the thing that impressed me the most was he made the correct basketball play when he was challenged offensively.
Yes.
He made, like, when they closed, when the defender raced to Knox and the defender and the ball got to Knox at the same time, Knox didn't hold it and pump fake and try to get a shot up, and then somebody have to come get it from him. Knox dribbled back towards the point and kicked it out to the point guard. Hey, I ain't got nothing here. Take this, swing it around. You know what I'm saying? Previous years, Knox may have tried to put that thing on the floor and go to the rim, throw up something wild.
Yeah,
Ron,
he had
good,
that
man?
one. He had that one tied little layup scoop thing.
Right. Hey, man. So the thing, bro, I think we're in a really, really, really good place. The only thing we're missing to what Gi said is the 6'9" wing.
I remember I already said it once. I let it be known. I'm rolling with Gi. He rolling the caddy. I got the gas. I got the drinks. I got the food. We just roll. I'm rolling with Gi on that one, man.
Gia,
I,
let me ask you a question. You listening?
Yep.
Do you really think we need that 6'7" ring?
Yeah, no, we got plenty of 6'7s. We need a 6'9".
So it's 6'9".
Wow. Wow.
But do you
But
really think we need that 6'9" wing?
Time will tell. But I'm paying attention to what Kevin Garnett brings to the game. I'm paying attention to what Giannis brings to the game. I'm paying attention to what a few guys that can spread out one side of the floor. And Kevin Garnett turns and shoot on one leg. He can shoot from 80% from 15 feet, turning and shooting on one leg. So you really need some size to knock him off that. We'll see though. That's gonna be a tall order for RJ, but he's up for the task.
right. Right.
Well, I'll tell you, we do have one of those guys. You ain't never gonna see him this year, unfortunately. Uh, he's not 6'9". I think he might be 6'7" or 6'8", but he plays tall, he plays big, strong. He can shoot from the outside. He can pass like one of the best forwards you've ever seen. That's Amir Sims, and you ain't gonna see him because there ain't no time for him. But that kid can play,
Okay.
so
see,
that's the
I've been
guy to
asked
watch out
about him.
for.
I've been asked about Amir because I actually like to see him make. He showed a little something. He probably hopefully they slide, keep him, hold on to him, put him down to the G League, and let him develop that way. But like I said, I've been rolling with Gi, and I thought about it, and just to have that kind of big body, a wing like that may not get a lot of burn, but that insurance policy. I'm kind of like I like to have. I'm one of those cats. You never know. You may not need it just right now, but when you need it, you got it. You know.
Mm.
So it's one of those type deals. And RJ, I'm not saying RJ can't do it, but it would be nice to have that, especially you do the lineup switches. Because if you got a 6'9" wing, you can play, you can do the mix, switch them around, especially you can play multiple positions, which majority of our team can play multiple positions.
Multiple positions.
So
So
I'm
Ron,
looking
let
Yeah.
me
at
ask you a
that.
question.
Yeah.
You said that Amir Sims is the guy that we haven't seen, right?
Right.
And as Thibodeau says, you have to work in practice in order to get playing time.
Right.
So with that being said, how come we haven't seen this guy Amir Sims in a preseason game, even though Randall wasn't at the previous game? So how
Well,
can we be even sure of this guy Amir Sims? Elaborate.
well, the problem that you find with Amir Sims is just that he's a young guy coming out of Clemson, and he was not drafted. So he's already got that undrafted stigma on him. So he's got to work for everything he might, receive in the NBA. But he's also not on a contract that's guaranteed. So it's about the fact that you're undrafted, you're not making big money. You already lower on the totem pole. Now, can he go out there and practice and work just as hard as the other guys and show that he can shoot and do all these things? Yeah, but the issue is the pecking order is just there's too many guys in front of him. And then you got guys like Kevin Knox who really haven't had a chance to show what they can do in order to stay on this team. So he's ahead of him as well. You got him, and we haven't even talked about Dwayne Bacon. Like there's just too many guys ahead of Amir Sims for Thibodeau to say, you know what, this kid's playing well, but I got to look at him above all these other guys. He can't do that. He got to look at everybody equally, and some of these guys just naturally have Thibodeau's eyes.
Right. And I'll give you my scouting report on Amir Sims, right? Night NBA body. First, high offensive IQ, right? Athleticism is about average. He won't blow you away
Hmm.
athletically. but he's good. But he's a decent enough athlete to compete at the NBA level, right? And he's not Giannis, right? He's not Giannis, right? But he's athletic. You know, he's an athletic NBA guy, not super athletic, but I would say right at average, right? The thing is with Amir Sims is he is going to be the unfortunate collateral damage of a team that best player is an all-star at his position, and they drafted a guy with a top 10 pick at his position also.
Right.
So Amir Sims won't be able to. I don't think Amir Sims will make the roster. I think he'll be around, but I don't think he'll make the roster. Will he be with the Westchester Knicks? We would be fortunate for him to be with the Westchester Knicks if another team don't gobble him up. You know what I'm saying? That way we can bring him up in Tom Thibodeau's and you know, with Tom Thibodeau's teaching and coaching and such.
Breezy, is he naturally a power forward or a small forward?
He was a combo forward at Clemson, right? Came to Clemson as a small forward, and you know, as we mature, we get, you know, more whatever. So at the NBA level, he would be a small. Think of like a Jay Crowder, not the body type, but what Jay Crowder could bring, like how he plays both positions, but primarily a 4, but can play both positions.
You think so? Because I don't think that boy could move that laterally, man.
No. I'm not talking about not like Jay Crowder. I'm talking about the position he played. Yeah,
right. Because you said how he could play small forward too, right?
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. Can he really laterally move as a small forward, as big as he is?
I think so. I think so. Think about what G.I. just said. G.I. said you needed a guy that can guard the big wings in the league, right? And so it's you only have, for instance, would I be comfortable with Amir Sims guarding Chris Middleton in a small sample size? Yes, I'd be okay with that. Not all game, because Chris Middleton will go for 35, but in like stretches, I could see him guarding. I wouldn't be hurt if he was to guard Chris Middleton, right? I wouldn't be hurt if he was to guard Sadiq Bey, right? I wouldn't be hurt if he would guard Rudy Gay. You know what I'm saying? Robert Covington's, Carmelo Anthony's. You know what I'm saying? Other combo forwards.
Okay.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Put back. Now, can he guard Brandon Ingram's? No. Brandon Ingram is elite. Jason Tatum? No. Jason Tatum is elite. Because think about it. Who can guard Jason Tatum? Who can guard Brandon Ingram? You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think Amir Sims will make it just based off the numbers game. If we were a rebuilding team, I think they may have gave him a look. But you know, that 15th spot. Think about this. We were already talking about trying to get minutes for Jericho Sims and Quentin Grimes. Right? How many rookies do you think Tibbs is going to bring in here? Because there is another rookie out there that we don't talk about either, named MJ Walker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that cat.
Yeah, how many rookies do you think Tibbs is gonna put on a roster, bro?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I think those two cats will wind up on the G League. At least I'm praying. I'm hoping somebody doesn't snatch them up. It would hold them because, like you said, it's it's hard to break through in the situation they both in, especially both MJ Walker and Sims, and I would like for us to hold on to both of them, let them develop through our system. But like you said, it's gonna be hard.
Right.
It's a game of it's a numbers game, like you said.
I like the cat MJ Walker. He could shoot the 3. I think he's kind of small though, but you know, I think he's serviceable.
Yeah, because they're going to ask him to play up, because I think he's 6'5", 213, and they would ask him to play up against bigger wings on the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he'll be able to do that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I don't know if MJ will make it. I really like MJ Walker though. I like Amir Sims.
Freezy,
You
do
know
you have
what?
any information on when the Westchester Knicks is going to be start playing?
I don't know for sure. I know they won't be playing in Westchester,
Right.
but what we'll what we can do is we can find out the information and post it on the community tab. We'll do that. Like whatever information we can find, we'll post it on the community tab, and then that way we can share it with everybody else.
Yeah, because it would be a good thing to try and not try but keep up with these kids to see what they're doing at Westchester. As
Right.
far as the Sims and the MJ Walkers and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, you
Hey,
know
so
what, Unc?
what's that?
I just wanted to, I'm so comfortable watching y'all. I feel like I'm here every day. This is my first time actually being on with y'all. So let me just give a shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat. Big ups to Unc. This is Ron from Still Nick Fans. Yeah, I'm just introduce myself. Like I'm almost like in here. Like, hey, I've been here every day.
Hey, we feel like it, bro. We mad comfortable with you. It was like it wasn't nothing. It was like it wasn't even nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unc. I'm sorry.
Hey Ron, don't feel no way because it's my first time on the panel too, man. So it's all a
Oh,
new thing
okay.
to me too,
Yeah,
bro.
you just feel real comfortable when you jump up in here, man.
Yeah, man, because I've been knowing and seeing these cats all the time, so it's like it comes natural.
Right.
Yeah, man. All we doing, man, is just hanging out, man, talking Knicks.
Yeah, I
You know what
appreciate
I'm saying?
let me in the door. I like to come through the door at time, poke my head up like whack a mole.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We just hang it. But hey, so Pudge Nice. So what Pudge Nice said is, Deuce and Grimes barely play. How was MJ getting minutes? Now I don't think MJ Walker is getting any minutes, man. I don't think to be honest with you, it's gonna be a struggle for see if Dwayne Bacon makes it. I don't even think Dwayne Bacon's gonna be in the roster. I mean in the
Mm.
rotation. If Kevin Knox is still here, I don't even think Kevin Knox is gonna be in the rotation. But to what what Tom Thibodeau said in his last press conference is it's a long season and everybody has to be a great practice player in order to be ready for when their name is called. Everybody is gonna play. Even if you're not in the rotation right away, it's an 82 game season, and we need everybody because if you're a great practice player, that means you make the starters and the rotational players better.
Yep.
That's what Tibbs said.
As they
Yeah,
say, iron
everybody
sharpens
has a
iron.
role to play, so you got to fit in where you fit in.
Right. No doubt. No doubt.
And by the way, let me make a tad bit of controversy here. Let me pull up my seat. GI in the building. My name is GI. I'm co-host of the Knicks Freestyle, where you can find Free Keith, who is slowly taking over the network as the biggest figure. That's him and Freezy's problem. I stay in the background. I'm comfortable where I am every day. I like my spot. But listen, very important to note that today Freezy is pointing out that the three-point shot is going to be very much who we are. It's going to set the standard. And there's a player that, Pudge Nice, boy. I'll tell you, these Knicks fans are sharp. I'm on my way there. I read down to the chat, and there's Pudge Nice already on it. There's a player that's been an enigma. He's been an enigma in these streets, an enigma in these chats, and Pudge Nice hit it. Kevin Knox is here to stay, baby. Let's talk about it.
Bam. So what you think, man? So what you think about Knox?
Go first, Ron.
Well, I was just gonna say, man. Listen. I was watching along with Unc when he was going along with the game, man. I was losing. I was going in the chat. I was losing. Knox to the three. I was like, Knox, let's go. I was hyped because I can't. You root for this guy, man. I know a lot of Knicks fans because let's be honest, man. Not all Knicks fans are smart. You know what I mean? Listen, there's some that just they're really emotional and they just go with their heart and they don't follow the team the way they should. So they look at Knox and say, he's got to get traded. He's a bum. He should be out of here. Knox is a good kid. He may not have that same defensive acumen that Thibodeau is used to or really wants, but he's trying. But on the offensive end, Knox can light it up. If you give Knox the opportunity to play 25 and 30 minutes and feed him the ball, you're gonna get points from Knox. That's a given. So the fact that he was out there and doing his thing, I was really excited and happy for him, man. I want this guy to succeed and have some type of role on this team because it's kind of like, you know what, we turned it around that year. That we went with the whole draft of guys like Knox and Ntilikina and Porzingis, and so if we build something and it gets to the point where we actually are a championship contender, I would love for Knox to be on the team. He may not be a big star and role, but he deserves to be a part of us.
I agree. Knox is here to stay. I think he's going to be that situational player where if Randall needs to take a break, he comes in and give you that oomph, that 3-point specialist that you would need, probably a big shot. You see how they ran that pin down for him where he curled and he came through the corner and he shot that three. So, there's going to be plays like that where they're going to be looking for Knox to play him. So I think, even though he has his defensive deficiencies, I agree with you, Ron. He's still a good player. He's still maturing. He's only 19?
No, now he's 22. He's 22,
Oh,
but
my
he's still
bad.
young. I mean, he played 4 years of basketball, and he just turned 22.
Is still young, right? So he still has a lot of building and maturing to do. So, as that being said, Knox is here to stay, man. I've been in that boy corner from since day one. I mean, I don't like the whole people putting that whole Fortnite thing on him. I think that's pretty low.
Yeah.
But Knox is here to stay. That's my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
I had my little jokes about him. Even did a debate with Freezer to oppose, saying could he be a piece? And as I did say before, with all that, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We drafted this cat and everything, but seeing, I still look at last season was a red shirt season for him under Tibbs because it was front office malpractice with him when they brought him in.
Right.
He didn't have a good head coach. I'm gonna treat old boy like they did Harry Potter. I won't say his name. The way they did him, and then Mike Miller takes over and he's trying to coach for his life. He coaching for a job and everything, and they buried him up under there. A lot of it, the real thing with Knox was his confidence, and I was one of those saying, man, just get him out of here because of confidence, man. May need a change of scenery, and he'll blossom to a player that he could possibly be. But Tibbs handled things the way he did, and I like that. So, and even though it's a small sample size, we've seen some things from Knox before in the past. Let's bring up the 31-point game against Milwaukee. That wasn't luck, man.
Right.
That's those are things in his skill set. You know what I'm saying? He had other games. The cat, his rookie season, given the chance to play, and he had bad direction. He was averaging 13. He averaged 13 for the season. He comes out this game, and granted, it's preseason, and it was in the time. He comes out and give us 12 points, but he's making basketball decisions. So you've seen that he's matured in his basketball life as being a basketball player. That's what we want to see. So I say all that to say this, man. I'm pulling for Kev. I mean, really, Fortnite or not, man. Because like you said, he could possibly be that long wing that we've been kind of low key talking about.
Right.
I'm like, maybe he will, maybe not. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. Hey, like I said, the sun will shine on the dog's backside every now and again. But hey, this one here is starting to get a little sunburn for him, bro. That's all I got to say.
Well, you know what? I will say this: even though I like the kid, I want him to succeed. If this is his new role where he can come in and fill in for guys that are hurt or tired or what have you, and also Tibbs can use him as a specialist for like 3-point shooting when we need a bucket. If he don't do his role, You got other guys waiting in the wings like Grimes because Grimes is pure. So yeah, he
And
got to do what he
That's a
got to
point,
do.
Ron. I agree with that 100%.
yeah, I agree with that, and I like that because I'm gonna tell you, Grimes is pushing him. Hey, as I call him, Clay Houston. Clay Houston is pushing him, man. That's who's gonna get him, Clay Houston. Because I mean, we need shooting. Well, Cap Knox can shoot, but if you can't, you get on the court and you throwing boulders, you can't hit that elephant in the backside with an iron board. Why we need you, bro? That's just where it is.
Right.
But the thing is what really impressed me was the basketball moves,
Right.
the basketball IQ. That would impress me. The shooting was there. We seen him do it before, but the little things, if you weren't looking at how he played, that would impress me. Because before he looked like he looked like a
A
3-year-old
deer
lost in the mall looking under the women's dress on a mannequin, man.
Yeah, man. He be having the deer in headlights look. Yeah, you're right. Well, hopefully these Knicks, man, these young guys, you could already see it. If you just watching how Thibodeau's moving, Thibodeau's taking these preseason games for real. He's out there running his rotations. He's getting in.
You muted.
Rookies ain't gonna play easily. It's only gonna be on a need basis because it's just too many. It's not Tibbs' mindset. It's gonna be like 10. If he stretch it to 12, that's amazing. But he ain't going 15.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But I definitely want to see. I'm actually excited to see a little bit more of Deuce. But I was talking the other day, and I was saying after just watching these two preseason games, if you just look how if Knox is going to be a contributor like that, Obi's definitely stepped up his game.
Yeah.
Deuce hasn't had that moment yet, but there's just too many point guards / shooting guards out there in front of Deuce, and Grimes might be the next up as far as a need because Grimes can come out there and shoot that thing. So that's Deuce might be the odd man when it comes to that stuff, but we just have to see how everything plays out.
I'll say this regarding that. Both Grimes and Deuce in beautiful positions because we don't have to rush them.
Right.
We don't have to rush them. Because look all our young guards are in beautiful position because you got Kimber and D Rose to learn from. I'm long what we have in our coaching staff, but with those two, because let's look at IQ real quick. What did you see in the second game that we haven't seen before with IQ? IQ was attacking the rim. He was attacking the rack. It wasn't just the being the goal to float. That cat was taking it to the rack. His first game, the assist. So we're seeing their development, man, and how they're going at it. So and Deuce, only thing Deuce can do right now is sit back and soak it up. And when if one of the two go down, we can move it around, break glass in case of an emergency, put Deuce in. We don't have to worry about Deuce having to put the team on his back. That's what I'm saying. The situation we're in, the way we built, we're in a beautiful position. Before we had to pray that the next rookie we drafted was going to be the next Black Messiah or whatever.
Right.
And that ain't the case.
Hey, boy, you're crazy, soul finger.
Yeah, I wonder what do y'all think about the way Evan Fournier plays with this team and how important, how
Love
big
it.
he could be.
Love it. I'm gonna just tell you right now. I don't mean to hog up the time, but I love it because he brings what Bullock doesn't bring. The man can move without the ball. I don't know if anybody noticed that because all this talk about Evan this and Evan that. Look, man, don't get on that man because he's from France. Hey, he's a French cat with an attitude problem, man. He get up and cats. He like to say he'll say it with his chest. He don't just say it, but he put it on the floor. He battled in the Olympics. You saw what he did in the Olympics during the Olympics. If you didn't watch him when he was on, okay, we look at it because we Orlando. That was the majority of his career. Then he went to Boston. People started looking at him like, oh man, I looked at the cat the whole time. And the way he moves without the ball, he will play defense. He does play defense. So it's not on level of Reggie Bullock. All right, that may not be on the Reggie Bullock, but Reggie Bullock can't move without the ball to make certain plays. And then even though this last game he got called for the foul, he tried to take the charge. That's what I want to see. Put your nose in it, man. Put your face all up in it.
I like Fournier. I think he could shoot the three. He could put the ball on the floor. He could create for others. I think he's a playmaker also too. And within the flow of the offense, he looks like he's well comfortable.
Very much
So
so. He's built for it, man.
yeah. So with that being said, I think you made a great pickup because check this out. Reggie Bullock can't do the half of the things that I just said Evan can do, but defense, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, Evan is a great pickup. I think he's going to really be one of the unsung heroes of this season this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the key. Obviously we know we gave up some defense when it comes to letting Bullet go, and that other guy, he had his moments where he played really good, solid point guard defense. But the point is, you don't just bring in, hey, we need more scoring. Let's get a perimeter guy who can shoot the three. No, bring in guys who can do more than just shoot the three. So if your defense is lacking a little bit, these guys can do so many things on offense. Not only can they shoot, but they can also set guys up, create their own shot. It makes the offense that much better so that you're not lacking as much. And as Unc already brought up, so far the Knicks is still keeping to their motto of keeping teams under 105 points or what have you. And
Say it
and and
again.
that's
Say
only
it
going
with
to
your
get better.
chest.
Right. And that's only going to get better as the Knicks see people looking around the league like, hey, these teams are all better. The Knicks is better too, and they're going to keep getting better as the league as the league plays and people get comfortable with each other. Knicks is going to get even better.
Man, you spitting fire, man. Look, you didn't go platinum when you went diamond with that take right there, man. I swear, because you saying the same thing I've been saying. Everybody's worried about all these other teams. Okay, you look at the competition, but don't look over the fence and be like, "Ooh, their furniture look better than mine in the backyard." No, we good. We have
Right.
improved, man. We have improved, and the thing is tweaks and things we had to do because our gelling process is going to be even shorter because we didn't. Okay, to start the second string, the bench is still the same. It's the
Right.
starting lineup adding Evan and Kimber, and Evan is already starting to get that real good chemistry with Randall,
Right.
like he and
Excuse me,
Julius,
Soul
like Julius
Finger.
and Bullock.
Excuse me, Soul Finger, but Pudge Nice. How is Evan Fournier? You made a comment in the chat, and you said, what did you say? Evan Fournier looks lost. How how,
Mm.
how was that, Pudge Nice? I don't get it.
I mean, yeah, if you watch that first preseason game, Evan Fournier was doing his thing. He was getting easy buckets. He did back cuts, back screens. He was shooting the three from the corner. He was doing his thing in that first preseason game. The second preseason game is just one of those where other guys were getting an opportunity and his shot wasn't really falling. So he wasn't being as aggressive. Knox was getting a little bit more spotlight, and so things were you're going to flow with the way the offense is going. And
Yeah,
look, that's another good thing about both Kimba and Evan. If you notice, these guys only took about 9 shots or so apiece. They didn't chuck the ball up. They was going with the offense. They played the way the offense is flowing. We haven't
yeah.
had that either. We haven't had smart basketball players that go with what's happening.
Say it again. Hey, look, hey, you ain't gonna. I'm gonna have to pull a man. I ain't trying to hog show or nothing, but bro, say that again. You ain't gonna just gloss over that. Salute the run, man. You just can't gloss over that, man. I mean, we got smart players, like you said. Look, man. This team is a good team, and then Evan Fournier is a solid piece. And it's no secret
Yeah.
that we got him in the
Just a
first
more
place.
IQ person. That's why I don't know how you could say the young man was lost in the offense.
Hmm.
I think that's so disrespectful.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
listen, everybody sees the game differently. So, maybe he just, keep watching the Knicks, keep watching the preseason games and see what Evan will bring to the team. Evan's a beast, man. Evan's a beast.
yeah,
I
hey,
know it.
Fournier did make some questionable plays on offense. He only got charged with 1 turnover, but
Yeah,
he threw some questionable passes in transition. You know what I'm saying? Like he tried to thread the needle with some passes, and you're like, Fournier, why'd you throw that pass anyway? Like for instance, if you get the rebound, Fournier, Why are you trying to thread the needle to a big running the floor?
Right.
You don't want your big dribbling in the open court. You don't want your big dribbling. Now if it's a breakaway situation, you can lob that pass over the top so they can catch it and dunk it. But you ain't trying to thread the needle to Jericho Sims.
Yeah, you read about that.
You know, so that was questionable. Now, does that mean he looked lost? Nah, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, right? I can't agree with the loss of the timing thing, and it was brought up. There's gonna be some step back because it's gonna be throughout the season. Somebody's gonna have to step back. There's gonna be a lot of sacrifice. Remember, Freezy, you and I talked about this. Said it was gonna be a lot of sacrificing on the part of everybody because it's like this here. It's 5 of us on this panel right now. Hey, Freezy may be hot. We may just have to temper our game down. Keep feeding Freezy. Right. Then it may be another day. Stafford D, he's going unconscious. Everybody got to temper the game down. So it's going to be one of these seasons, man. It's team ball. We actually have a team. It's not hero ball. It's not the superstar player ball. It's we actually have a team ball, and they play together. And and they all get along, man. These cats actually, you can see they love to play with one another and the body language, how they react. So it's a different take. Like I said, it's put together almost like San Antonio with some of that Detroit Piston championship team vibe, that energy, that 94 Knicks energy. That's the energy I get from this team, the way it's put together.
Okay.
Yeah. And I agree with you about that. Yeah, Evan did make a couple questionable passes. And I loved it. You know, I think I said it in the chat. I loved all that dysfunction that we saw in the first half.
The aggression.
And I like the fact that they're getting all of this out the way. You know, some of that first game came so easy to them that this second game, they was trying to come out play the same way. But the Wizards was, you know, they still a bad team, and it's preseason, but they played differently than the Pacers played. So some of that stuff wasn't working. Plus, you throwing the ball to Jericho Sims, and that's not Jericho's game right now. It could be later, but it ain't there yet. So
Washington had better defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did anybody address the super chatter platter? Well, I just do it. Wacko Knicks fanatic. Thank you for the super chatter platter. He says Tibbs's brain. Knox will fight for Burke's minutes. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
I was wondering
tough.
when he was gonna get in there, Dean. Hold on. Hey, I was wondering when the Dean was coming in. He's sitting back with that pad and pen, taking notes, ready to break it down.
No, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Nick Nation. I was just
Good morning, AD.
You guys were building, man. So I was just, sometimes you got to sit back, you know, and got to listen to, you know, people build and so forth, you know, and I can tell all you guys play Mega Million and y'all got your dreams of one day winning it all, because as I said yesterday on my show, OG at 11 a.m. Old School Knicks every Sunday.
Sound
like you in the hyperbolic chamber.
No, I'm not gonna. No, not at all. But I'm not gonna beat. I do enough of that, and you know, it sounds like I don't like our young and whatever. So I'm not gonna do it to him. I'm hoping for the best for the young man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just hoping for the best. I don't see it. I've never seen it, but I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping he can, you know, give us something. But you know, just overall, you know, just the Knicks squad, you know, I think we got a good chance of doing something, you know, whether it's a deep run in the playoffs or getting to that, you know, that elusive championship. We'll see. We'll see. I think we'll see. There's gonna be a little bumps and bruises because we got some new pieces and they got to get used to playing with each other. So, you know, let's see. Let's see how.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I heard a caller called in the other day, right? He was a OG like yourself, and he said that this team reminds him of the I think it was 76 we won a championship.
73.
What's your opinion on that?
I think this team reminds me of 2012. if I had to pick a team that I remember, it reminds me of 2012, where Randall's kind of like Melo, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and there's pieces, and they kind of put a lot of pieces around Melo. The only thing that we got more youth than that team had. That team kind of picked up every veteran it could have, you know, to make, you know,
run. Yeah.
to make a run. You know what I mean? This team, you know, we got some vets, you know, and at some point in time, I think the youth is gonna step in at some point. So if there's a team that it reminds me of, I would say that 2012 team.
That's a good comparison because you can look at Sims the way he. Well, I wouldn't say that it's a real big stretch, but if you say Kmart, the way he, you know, with his way he was moving a little, it's kind of like when you get a little taste of Sims, a very, 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 very unpolished young Kmart.
Yeah.
You know, don't have a Sheed type out there yet. The brain with Sheed brought, but I see what I definitely see what the Dean is putting down. I'm picking up what he putting down on that.
Yeah, man. Hey, so Pudge is nice. Thank you for the super sticker. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, bro. Hey, so this team reminds me of, and I gotta wrap up here shortly, y'all. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know, y'all know how it is. I wish I could do this all day, but listen, but this team right here reminds me of the Golden State Warriors team with Harrison Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Kevin Durant one. I'm not talking about the championship. Now I'm not talking about the championship team. I'm talking about when they got all these pieces and they didn't know what to do with them. And then so one day they just said, well, let's just shoot the three. Let's shoot the three and play defense. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna get a Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony not gonna sign here. This is when everybody wanted Melo. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be able to get guys like that. So why not just just make the best of what we have?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I gotta wrap up here, man. I got a bunch of stuff that I gotta do. I'm working on a logo and a video intro for old school Knicks. And Anthony D is something, man. Anthony D, you something, bro.
Old school Knicks Sunday at 11.
Yeah,
come catch the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's get it, Freezy.
Yeah, man. So I'm working on some stuff for that. I'm working on some stuff for Knicks Freestyle Wednesday at 7:30, and some other things. Man, listen, y'all have an open invite to come in and jump in on any of these things, on any of these shows. Contribute however you want to do. Hey, Todd Barbie's in the building. Yeah, so Todd Barbie, it's kind of like the conversation me and Todd Barbie was having last night via text. Todd Barbie said some stuff, and he was spot on with it. But yeah, so I'm trying to, y'all know how it is, man. I'm doing like the producer stuff behind the scenes, trying to put some stuff together so that we'll have more Knicks content, variations of Knicks content, man. But I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Fellas, y'all have a good day. Hopefully everybody will be back tomorrow.
Salute.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to make it, man. But if I'm at work with that crappy internet connection, I don't know.
I'll try to see if I can make it myself. I'll maybe be at work too, but I'll try.
Well, you know, I'm always working from home, but you know, I'm off for the next couple of days, so I slept in a little bit.
Oh man. Look
Hey,
at you.
if you ain't got nothing, I know you're gonna be busy right now, but if you ain't got nothing going on later tonight, around 9-ish or whatever, check us out. Check us out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Hey, I'd love to, man. Next time you come in, though, the next time you come in, when y'all do y'all stuff, make sure you put your stuff in the chat, right?
Okay.
Like put your stuff in the chat, and you know what I'm saying, let us know, and then what we'll do is we'll talk about it sporadically during the show to let everybody know where to find you, what y'all gonna be talking about, what time. Provide the link. People can go in and subscribe to the channel from here, and then by the time y'all come on, people are already get the notification, and then all you got to do is click on the notification and come straight to y'all.
I appreciate that, seriously, because that's really frowned upon in most YouTubers. So I don't like to do that, but you extending that open invite is highly appreciated, man.
Yeah, yeah. The thing about it is, yo, y'all doing y'all thing, man. And what we want is good Knicks content.
Facts.
Right.
So if y'all doing that, man, if y'all doing that, man, we're gonna try to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just if y'all can, if it's in y'all heart, just hey, man, listen, shout us out too. So when they not doing that, they could be over here doing this, and when they're
Right.
not doing this,
Facts.
they could be over there doing that.
Facts.
So
You got
yeah.
it.
So all right. So I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good day, man, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All
All
right,
right.
be
Take it easy. Take
Have
care,
a
y'all.
blessed day.
All right,
Peace.
boss. All right, later.